Each time we are exposed to negativity in our life, the harshness of these experiences causes movement in the foundation stone of our emotional and spiritual being. We are prevented from absorbing the totality of love we are offered in our journey of life. Just as in an earthquake, it disappears between the cracks. The memories of our early years set the patterns of our future behaviour. Some of these memories are so painful we never want to revisit them again, and others so distressing we totally repress them. The prayer of inner healing is the healing of our inner selves, the mind, the emotions, the wounded spirit, and the painful memories. It will help us to revisit our memories with Jesus and so enable him to restore peace, love, and forgiveness, and so bring healing to these wounded spirits. We start to understand why we react to others the way we do, and we learn how to pray for the healing of our relationship with God, with others, and with ourselves. Do you identify with any of the following? Loneliness, sadness, lack of confidence, emptiness, low self-worth? All the negative feelings and hurts that we carry within erode our sense of self-worth or self-love, causing holes and sometimes even craters in our heart. Our heart is yearning to be filled with love, but it's like we have a hole which allows the love to continually drain out. The prayer exercise I'd like to take you through today will help this hole to heal and close over. Many years ago, we explored a historical village where the closure of that town's gold mine had left it with the legacy of the largest hole in the southern hemisphere. During my prayer time the next morning, an image of this big hole came to mind. As I wondered what relevance this hole could possibly have for me, I was shown the hole was symbolic of my empty heart, which was yearning to be filled with love. I recalled the many times my husband and children had told me how much they loved me. But those words just bounced off. They were never able to take root in my heart. Just like the seeds in the parable of the sower in Matthew 13, they were scorched. Not having any roots, they withered away. I didn't understand what that image meant. What did those words even mean? If my heart was yearning to be filled with love, whatever had happened to prevent me believing and accepting all those affirmations of love that I had received in my life? I knew they had never been able to take root in my heart. So I sat with Jesus as I needed to discover what had caused my hole. An image came to mind of myself as a baby, all alone in this big room, looking around, wondering, where is everyone? Such a sense of loneliness came over me. And the longer I was left alone, this sense of loneliness pervaded my spirit, just grew and grew. Why would I be left here on my own? Why wouldn't anyone want to be here with me? Didn't anyone love me enough? They wanted to stay with me? I was such a wee, tiny baby. So, as I always do, I turned to Jesus, as he's the one who'll bring healings into my life. I invited Jesus into the room with me, so I wouldn't be on my own. I asked him to rock my cradle, and that brought some soothing to me as he rocked me back and forth. But I still felt so alone. So I asked Jesus to pick me up and hold me in his arms. I could feel so much love flowing out from him and into me. And as he held me in his arms, he started to rock me again, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. It was almost as if I could feel that sense of loneliness being rocked out of me. As I felt the warmth of his arms around me. My little heart was being filled with the love flowing from Jesus' heart as he held me close. I just sank into that sense of calm and peace he brought to my spirit as his love filled my inner emptiness. Because Jesus himself had holes in his hands, feet, and side as a result of the physical suffering he endured, we now turn to him to help us heal the spiritual hole in our heart, which we've tried to patch up ourselves along our journey of life. To help you enter into the silence with Jesus, I invite you to take your attention to your breath as you breathe in and out. Deep, slow breaths. Visualize Jesus' sacred heart, radiating golden rays of love, flowing upon you and around you. And give your body permission to relax and release any tension locked inside. Breathe in Jesus' love and let go of any anxiety. Big, deep breaths. Breathing in love, filling yourself with peace and calm and gentleness. Allow Jesus' love to flow through every part of your being, starting from your head and flowing to your shoulders, arms, hands, chest, stomach, buttocks, thighs, lower legs, feet, and toes. Feel that state of relaxation deepening within you as you continue to breathe in love and peace. Breathing in and breathing out. I invite you now to visualize the risen Jesus. You see Jesus with his arms outstretched, waiting to embrace you. You note the holes in his hands, his feet, and his side. Come close to Jesus now and touch those holes. We know the pain and suffering Jesus went through in his life, physically, spiritually, and emotionally, especially at the time of his death. I appreciate how much trauma you went through, Jesus, all for love of me. I thank you for that pain and suffering. So now, in your imagination, visualize your own heart. Invite Jesus to be there with you. Point out to you if you have a hole in your heart. Jesus, what has happened in my life to cause this hole? We'll sit with this for a little while. It's important to allow the depth of your feelings to surface. You have no need to suppress them because you are safe here with Jesus. And he's here to help you heal this hole. Let your feelings flow. Invite Jesus to come close and touch the hole in your heart. Feel the warmth of his hand on it. Feel his love flow. Here is someone in your life who has total love for you. Jesus, I offer to you the pain and suffering of my wounds, and I join them with yours. All wounds need to be cared for. So invite Jesus now to tend to your wounds. Watch as he prepares the wine of compassion that the Good Samaritan used. He pours that into the hole in your heart because your wound needs to be cleansed. You may feel some stinging at this point, but then you experience relief as the soothing oil is poured into the hole. Watch as Jesus wipes away any residue. You can no longer see the hole. It is filled with the oil of love that Jesus has used. Each morning you are encouraged to make a sacred space, and in your quiet time invite Jesus to minister his balm of love once again to help ease your inner aching, and it will continue to close over your hole. It is helpful to slowly repeat a heart word while you sit in the quiet with Jesus. Jesus, fill me with your love. Jesus, help me to love myself. Or maybe you are led to just simply say, Jesus, love. These affirmations are examples. We always invite the Holy Spirit to anoint us with our very own special heart word, which you then slowly repeat in the silence of your heart. So let's take a moment now for the Spirit to show you the heart word to use today. I'm being shown to use Jesus' love. I find it easier to sync my heart word with my breathing. As I breathe in, I say Jesus. As I breathe out, love. Breathing in Jesus, breathing out, love. I'll leave you to continue to sit in the silence now. And as you say your heart word, know you are being ministered to through the healing love of the Holy Spirit. Jesus, love. Jesus, love. Jesus, love. Jesus, love. Jesus.